Hey guys, my name is Matsumo, and today we have learned that Rainbow Six Siege is going to be getting a patch shortly, which is going to be nerfing the semi-automatic shotguns and Pulse. Pulse, let's be honest, has become a god since this most recent patch. He's a wall-hacking fiend, he ruins the enemy team with his shotgun, and because of this, it looks like Ubisoft realized that they may have taken things too far, and they're going to be taking some steps to reduce his power. One of the ways that they're doing this is that his heartbeat monitor, its range is now going to be reduced from 13 meters down to 9 meters. On top of that, you're no longer going to be able to hot switch between your gadget over to your primary gun. You're going to have to go through that full animation. So you can't just see someone on your heartbeat monitor, wait for them pretty much to get all the way to the edge, hot switch on over really fast, and then shoot them in the face with your shotgun. You're gonna leave yourself vulnerable when you are making that transition. And so essentially what it looks like Ubisoft is trying to accomplish with this is that you're no longer going to be able to be that wall hacking god that knows the exact location of the enemy at all times and can quickly just switch on over your primary weapon and wall bang someone instantaneously. That's no longer going to be possible, or it's going to be significantly more challenging because you are going to have to go through that animation, giving the enemy at least a little wiggle room to move around and not be in that exact location that they were a half a second ago. This also means that you're going to have to be a little bit closer to the enemy if you want that valuable information. Going from 13 meters down to 9 is a significant difference. Like, that's nothing to laugh about. And so essentially you're going to have to get yourself closer to the action, closer to the enemy if you want that valuable intelligence. And so all in all, this is not too shabby. Like, if this was all that they were doing to Pulse, I think that this would be a reasonable way at balancing it out and see where the chips fall. Maybe in the future they can slightly adjust him one way or the other to balance him depending on if he's too weak or too strong, but this seems like a great step in the right direction. I did want to let you know that the heartbeat monitor screen itself hasn't seen any changes. The buff it got a couple of patches ago, where it now updates the enemy's position more frequently, has stayed the same. And so if you're working in tandem with some buddies and some teammates and you're using communication, it's still going to be a very valuable asset, but it's not going to be that god mode weapon or gadget that you're able to switch on over to your primary weapon to do all the dirty work yourself, or at least that's kind of what they're going for. The thing is though, is that that's not all that's changing with Pulse. I believe every single one of the semi-automatic shotguns are seeing a reduction in their power. Depending on which one you're using, you're going to see a 25 to 30% decrease in their damage. They're just not going to hit as hard. And I think they're also increasing the bullet spread of them by 10%, meaning that they're not going to be as effective at a distance. In my opinion, this is actually a great change. Right now, the meta in Rainbow Six Siege is that everyone is running around with semi-automatic shotguns when you're playing on defense. You've got Caveira, Frost, Pulse, Valkyrie, all of them have amazingly powerful semi-automatic shotguns, and they just ruin anyone, even at long range. I mean, I've gotten ridiculous kills you guys have seen in numerous videos where I'm able to long range snipe someone with these shotguns, and they're just a little bit too powerful. And so essentially what Ubisoft is trying to accomplish with this is that now you're going to need to get the drop on the enemy, or you're just going to need to close the gap on them if you want to get a kill with these shotguns. They're still going to be powerful. Up close, you're probably still going to be able to one-shot them if you hit them in the body, but it's not going to be that instant win if you see someone across the hallway like it is right now. What remains to be seen, though, is what is all this going to do to Pulse? I mean, one of the main reasons why people love him right now is because of his shotgun and that heartbeat monitor. You nerf both of them hardcore, that's going to reduce his power significantly. I mean, you could always switch on over to the UMP, but I despise the UMP. I hate that thing with a fiery passion. And so it's going to be interesting to see how everything plays out with his updates. My worry is that he's going to go from a mediocre, or at least an average operator, to overpowered like he is right now, and now they're going to kick him in the face and he's going to become completely useless. Hopefully I'm wrong. I don't want any operator to be useless, but that seems the direction that they're sort of taking with these extreme measures. But of course, only time will tell. In general though, I love these patch notes. Shotguns have been way too powerful for too long now, and Pulse has been a nightmare to fight against. I'm scared when I'm fighting against a good Pulse user. Like, he is a terror in the night, and I'm glad that he's getting a nerf. I'm just worried that they may have pushed things too far. And then lastly, they also mentioned that there's going to be a big operator balance patch in the next couple of months, basically mid-season. They haven't gone into any details of what operators they are going to be balancing out, but if I had to take any guesses, it would probably be Glaz and Tachanka, and maybe Twitch's drone. They seem to be kind of the weakest operators right now. I mean, you could also argue Montana, but he got a buff a couple of patches. Same with Tachanka, but I'm really hoping that Glaz and Tachanka get some them loving because I want them to be more viable. Glaz is someone that I avoid like the plague, same with Tachanka, and I think they really are the two operators in need of the most loving. But let me know what you guys think of these patch notes. Are you excited that Pulse is finally getting nerfed? Do you hate the fact that the semi-automatic shotguns are also getting a kick in the face? What operators would you like to see get a balance or an update in the most recent patch? Let me know down below. I will say, though, that I love the fact that Ubisoft is making these continuous changes throughout the season. It's really nice to have all this new content with the DLC, and then a couple of months later, have them adjust things slightly so that the meta changes and makes the game fresh. I really like and respect the fact that Ubisoft is continuously updating this game, and I can only hope that Ubisoft will continue to do this in the future. But yeah, guys, that is about it for today's little video. I hope you enjoyed, and until tomorrow, have a good one, and take it easy.